Hey, how you doing? Reflection for the week ending May 22nd. A little late in this reflection this week, which is probably par for the course given that it was a long weekend. Everybody hopefully enjoyed the weather, but it's also par for the course because the one thing I want to reflect upon this week is it's not easy going easy. It's not easy going easy. What do I mean by that? Well, a lot of you out there in teaching land may have recognized that the attendance is getting really light. I mean, typically when the weather gets warmer, students' attendance gets lighter anyway, but never this bad, never this light, especially considering there's so many things left to do at the end of the year. Um, and when you take a job, you never really know who you're going to be working with, who the people it's going to be. But it's interesting. I got really lucky with my partner, Senor Tubo, Mr. Fife. We're both having the same thing, and he's actually the one that kind of started talking about this and made me reflect upon it. It's not easy going easy. And what do we mean by that? Well, we consistently deal out something we like to call tough love, and it's not always easy to do. It's not always easy to hear, but I think by the time the students get to be seniors, they're happy to have had a lot of this tough love and from the feedback that we get back from students that graduated, they were ready. We prepared them effectively for the workforce, for college, and they're happy. And they continue. They come back every Thanksgiving week to spread that wisdom to the students that are sitting in the seats. Um, so we know that it's working, and we've been consistently dealing tough love, being hard. Like, no, listen, and we both know. Listen, we both know that students in Providence are dealing with something that one of my students of the class of 2016. Shout out to Vincent. He coined them the struggles. And so, the students in Providence are dealing with the struggles, whatever that may be. I could talk about, the cycle of hunger, cycle of homelessness, cycle of addiction, cycle of all kinds of cycles. It's just bad. There's stuff that you don't want to have to deal with, and that people deal with everywhere, but I don't think they deal with it in such a large percentage of the population like we do with our students. So we know that the struggles are there, and we try and let kids know that because of these struggles, our philosophy is because of these struggles, you're going to be much better suited to dealing with some of the things life throws at you because you've overcome these obstacles in the past, and that's been the way we've treated it for years. But this new pandemic thing it's just different. It's just different because I'm not necessarily sure we have a complete understanding of what some of the students are going through, given that all of those cycles are compounded by this COVID epidemic, because and the students aren't as likely to come out and talk about it because they don't want to put it in writing. Versus you could have had previously you could have a conversation, like, hey dude, what's going on? Like, you talk to me. I want to help. What's going on? Myself and Mr. Sino too, but Mr. Fife are doing that all the time. It's a little different now, though. It's different because they don't want to put it in writing. They don't want to say it over in the chat. They'll use it in the Hangout or the Zoom. And so I don't think we have a complete understanding of it. What it's done to us is we're having a hard time getting tougher, getting, the results are we're kind. I don't want to say we're not losing control, but we're not getting the kids here like we would have attendance wise and productivity wise that we're used to getting. Um, and I know Senator Tubo is not exactly happy with that. He's kind of wondering, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. And we had a conversation. I'm not doing anything wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. It's hard to kind of leverage relationships when you're not with these people, these students. It's hard to leverage any experiences that we've had with other students because there's nothing. This is a first time. Hopefully, it's the last, but this is a new experience. So this week's reflection is on the fact that it's not easy being easy, and I think we're both struggling with the fact that you know there's a little voice in the back of our head saying you gotta chill. You can't do your normal tough love because the world itself is dealing out enough of that tough love. There's no need for us to pile on here. Well, it's not exactly the world's not dealing tough love. It's dealing out some pain, and we don't want to compound that. Sometimes tough love can compound in a negative way, and there's a balance, and we've found that balance effectively over the past 8 years. But It's not working now, and so we're backing off. We have been backing off since, obviously since they started distance learning. But the relationships that we have with the kids, they show up. They get up, dress up, and show up because it's what they're supposed to do. Now it's becoming harder to get motivated, harder to understand what does this all mean? What does the future look like? And students, they need these conversations, but if you can't get them in to have these conversations, it's tough. You can't have them if they're not there. I mean, that's the bottom line. And you can't. What are you going to do? Say, hey, we're going to have a conversation. I really want to talk to you. And I mean, reach out. I've reached out by emails, send an email. Hey, I missed you. What's going on? Everything's okay. Hopefully, can I help? Whatever. Even the freshmen, I'm sending a pizza every week. Sending out a pizza to the student who's did the most improved and actually did the most of the work this week. And man, I can't even get them there with pizza, which you probably saw. Pizza for me is a big deal. That's all I have to reflect on this week. But it's an ongoing thing of it's not easy going easy, and students don't take advantage of the fact that this COVID epidemic has made Mr. Fife. You guys think, oh, it's made him soft. No, it's not made us soft. We're trying to give you guys the room you need to succeed. And if you need anything, please reach out, communicate in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's, hey, can I talk to you? I don't want to type it, but can we talk? Can I call your phone? Do it. Do it. Get in a hangout and you can talk. Don't take advantage and use this opportunity every minute of your 4 years of high school. You need to be, absolutely maximize your preparation for the real world, because after that, there's no more pep talks. There's no more advice. There's no more, hey, let me motivate you through this today. It's all going to come down to you. It's going to be all on you. And I want you to be prepared, but I can't want that more than you do. I can't want that more than you do. You have to bring something to the table too. So do the best you can. And I know if you have an issues, something specific, please reach out. A couple of you have already. Continue to do so for those of you that haven't. And we can't have a conversation to kind of motivate you and pick you up if you don't come to the class. And that's where we are right now. We'd love to be able to give some of these motivating speeches, but can't do it if you're not there. All right. Take care. That's my reflection for the week, and I hope you guys have a great week and stay safe. All right.